ठीक है। तो ओके, तो जो डाउट्स हैं मैं इसको तो जो आपने क्वेश्चंस भेजे थे उसको देख लेते हैं। तो क्वेश्चन है भेजो जी, क्वेश्चन भेजो, क्या था एक बार रीसेंड करो ना, 2 क्वेश्चन थे ना आपके, सो भेजिए।
यस सर।
रीसेंड कीजिए। एक बार उन क्वेश्चन को ना दोबारा मुझे भेजो, भेज देना, अपने ग्रुप में भेज दिया, ठीक है, हाँ ओके। तो अच्छा, इसमें थोड़ा दिक्कत ये आ रहा था, पहले हमने वो लगाए थे क्या, पी टेस्ट काइंड ऑफ ना, तो दैट विल नॉट वर्क ऑलवेज।
यस सर।
तो आपने भेजे थे कुछ, है ना, तो देखता हूँ उसमें जो है, इसमें क्या था, जहाँ सॉल्व किया वो देखता हूँ सही किया है क्या। तो ये लगा रहा लिमिट कंपैरिजन टेस्ट, और ये हमारा जो मेनली हमारा पर्पस जो है, ये जो आपका इम्प्रॉपर इंटीग्रल का क्वेश्चन है ना, 65 नंबर क्वेश्चन आपका है ये, IP 02 1 है, 0 to 1, ओके, t की पावर p sin t dt। तो ये जो सॉल्यूशन है उसमें कहाँ दिक्कत है आपको समझने में, सॉल्यूशन समझ नहीं आ रहा, जो सॉल्यूशन है इसमें इन्होंने क्या किया है।
Sir, the second part there they've taken the limits that I didn't understand.
Okay, in the
First
second
part
part,
was okay,
okay,
but when p equal to minus 3/2, that part was the confusion.
okay, p is equal to minus 3 by 2. Let's try this. So then IP we have is 0 to 1 t raised to power minus 3 by 2 sin t dt. Okay, so then this I minus 3 by 2 and p is 3 by 2, so we can write IP. Okay, so we are solving for this. So IP will be 0 to 1 and sin t upon t this dt. Okay, and then so you will have sin t upon t raised to power 3 by 2. Okay, actually what they did, they applied limit comparison test, you know, limit comparison test,
Yeah.
limit comparison test of a sequence series that will be similar to limit comparison test of improper integral. So what they did, they have taken fx as like this, I'm writing same ft, so they have taken ft as sin t upon t raised to power 3 by 2 and
Okay.
gt as only 1 upon t raised to power 1 by 2. Okay, so now your task is And why this is improper integral? This is improper due to at 0. And this function is not bounded at 0, I think. See, so question is, this is improper integral. So improper integral, there are conditions like either limit is unbounded or function is unbounded at some point in the limit. So the question is, why this integral is improper integral? Because at t is equal to 0, this sin t upon t raised to power 3 by 2 is unbounded. Okay,
Okay.
or you can say t tends to 0, you may think. So when you take t tends to 0, this will be unbounded. So that's why it is improper integral. So this is logic. Now so we have to work on t barabar 0. The point is t is equal to 0 create problem here. That's why it is not integrable. Okay, or maybe unbounded. So what you do, you find limit t tends to 0 ft upon gt. So can you tell what will be the value? So what is the value of this limit when t is 0? You apply, try to apply limit. It will be sin t upon t. And what is the limit of sin t upon t when t tends to 0?
1.
So it is 1. And 1 is non-zero.
Yeah.
So what do you know about limit comparison test? What it says, limit comparison test.
If we could write one's sequence less than the other and the bigger one converges, then the smaller one also converges.
No, that is actually comparison test. So there are two different. There is a comparison test and one is the limit comparison test. So what you are
Okay.
telling is a comparison test.
Okay.
So you need to know what is limit comparison test. See somewhere and then tell. Somewhere, anywhere you can see. Yeah. And a limit comparison test, you can tell for series or integral, anything will work.
If there are two series an and bn, both
Yes.
greater than 0,
Yes.
then limit 10 tends to infinity, an by bn equal to some l, which is finite.
Okay. Which is finite. Yeah. So then, if L is finite, then what is the conclusion?
Limit exists.
Now, see the conclusion. Read line by line.
So then both series will converge or diverge together.
Together. The conclusion is series N and series N both will behave equally. Either both will converge or both will diverge simultaneously. Both converges or both diverges. Okay, this is for the sequence. Same thing work for the integral. So there is an integral like here ft, another is integral gt, because integration and summation are same thing. Just the difference is integration is over continuous set and summation is over discrete set. So it is summation because n is here integer. And so suppose these two integrals you want to test. So like we have done t tends to 0, ft upon gt came out to be 1. This was 1, which is finite. So means either both series will converge or both series will diverge together. So gx gt you have taken this. So if I ask you what is the integral 0 to 1 1 upon t raised to power 1 by 2 dt, means 0 to 1 1 upon root under t, what will be this limit? Can you find this integral? So this will be 2 root t limit 0 to 1. So that will be 2 only. And 2 is a finite number. So we want to say this integral gx converges. That's why integral fx converges. Or gt converges. That's why ft converges. So since 0 to 1 gt is finite, this converges less than infinity. So that's why integral 0 to 1 ft will also be finite because of limit comparison test. So that
Okay,
was
sir. Thank you.
okay. I think you had one more question. So the next question was so you just write the theory. So it is limit comparison, like the rule for the series and rule for the improper integral. They are almost equal.
Okay, sir.
So let's come to the other question. So this was for the multivariate, and this is right result. Uh, this is result based question actually.
Sir, my doubt was why was the fourth option wrong? That was
Okay,
made.
let me see. So what result do you know? Like if I write the theorem, suppose let's say X is a matrix of this question says, suppose X is a matrix, yeah, K cross K matrix, let's say, and or you want to say P cross P matrix, let's say P cross P matrix. Or I say just suppose X has Wishart distribution, Wishart P with parameter m comma sigma. Then what do you know about? It's a sub matrix, huh? Like x11 I'm talking about. Give the result. So what will be distribution of x11? Suppose x11 is a sub matrix of order k. Then what do you know? What is a distribution of x11?
Wishart
Hmm.
sigma 1 1.
Okay, so we start k, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
So we start k, and what will be parameter here? M comma sigma 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So they have written option 4 is wrong.
Yeah. Option 3 was given as right.
Okay, so option 4, k cross k submatrix of X also has Wishart distribution for k less than p. It should be
Yeah.
true, I think, huh? K less than p. Because k is a submatrix, obviously k order will be less than p actually.
Yeah.
But X is a p cross p matrix whose random having Wishart distribution with m comma sigma. Okay, which of the following necessarily true? Okay, तो k cross k sub, but you have to find one counter example. Then we can try 1 minute. So they are saying, so can you find one counter example? If you try, so I think symmetric. That sub matrix you are taking will be symmetric always. Is it necessarily a symmetric sub matrix or what?
I am not sure, sir.
Okay, so matrix X is symmetric or what? What do you know about Wishart matrix or Wishart? And so will X be a symmetric matrix or not?
Yes, sir.
So X is a positive semi-definite matrix, right? So it will be symmetric actually. So X is a symmetric. So X11 will be symmetric for sure. Can we say X11 is also symmetric? If we take any submatrix, then it will be symmetric also.
Not necessarily.
I think that may be the counterpoint. Because all submatrix may not be. For example, if we make 3 cross 3, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. You know, for example, 4, 5, 5, 6. So this is just for understanding, this is symmetric. So if we choose any submatrix, will it be symmetric?
Yeah, it says that submatrix formed by selecting arbitrary subsets of row and column of a symmetric matrix will be symmetric.
Uh, what if we choose first row?
No, no, it may not be symmetric, sir.
है ना?
Sorry, my mistake. Yeah, it may not be.
So, okay, so we can make one submatrix from here. Let's say 2, 5 and 3, 6. Like
Hmm.
this 2, 5 and 3. So we deleted this 2. So
Yeah,
this
it is
was 3
not.
cross 3. So it no, I think that's why it is wrong. So
Okay,
X11 will be Visart, like you said, but the restriction is this should be symmetric, positive, semi-definite.
okay,
So that restriction will be there. Symmetric, positive.
okay.
So then it will be true. So if this option is false because it is not given that X11 will be symmetric, positive, definite.
Symmetric.
So it may not be positive, semi-definite. And that's why it may not be chi-square, Visart in that case.
Okay, thank you.
ठीक है। और किसी को कुछ डाउट है बताइए। हम्म। आपकी आवाज़ थोड़ी बहुत स्लो आ रही, थोड़ा माइक के पास बोलिए। ठीक है, तो डीपीपीज ओपन कर लेते हैं। तो ड्राइव में ऑलरेडी है ना, डीपीपीज बहुत सारे पड़े हुए हैं। हाँ, इसमें मिल जाएगा। ठीक है ना, इसमें एक्चुअली एक फोल्डर है ना, इसमें सब है, तो इसमें हम लेते हैं। थिंक ये बुक का सिर्फ पीडीएफ ही रहा। ओके, एक मिनट देखते हैं तो